Okay, everyone, welcome. You know what? It's December 2nd. You know what that means? That means we just had Black Friday week. So, man, oh man, were we busy. Did we ever have a lot of fun this week watching people like climb the ladder to more success than they ever imagined? We had Ricia Adair, who's going to lead us tonight. She ranked at least 7 times in 8 months. And you know what? We got her to CEO. Am I the most excited person ever? Because she's my most inspiring leader. But now we have our Risha Adair CEO. That just means a few more dollars in her pocket and a few more people on the team. And we just keep growing and growing. So I'm so excited to play with her. She's also number 39 in the world. Can you imagine? Like, what game are we playing here? I can't even, it doesn't compute yet. 39 in the world. We're in over 50 countries, over 52 countries now. Number 20 in North America, and number 5 in our own Canada. And we just launched here in May. So I was in Calgary Connect with her, and I started with Risha a year ago when I got home from Italy and seen her results. And I'm just excited. My team is growing. We had a fun week. And I look forward to tonight hearing more testimonies and hearing from you all. And I'm going to turn it over to our star of the evening. Congratulations. Let's everybody give a big hand for Risha Adair, CEO. Woo!
Layla, you're so funny. You got to mention though, Layla helped me move into my property 2 years ago. We had a 54-foot truck. I made her a deal. Come and help me unpack this baby. And you could stay in the villa. And then she ended up staying for a few months with her family and just having a great time. But do you remember, Layla? We were so broke that I didn't even have $60 to put in the gas tank to take you around.
Never mind, we didn't have air conditioning in Mexico. No, don't turn on the aircon. We can't afford it. The whole solar's not hooked up yet, and blah.
Oh
So,
my
what a
God, we were so
transformation.
broke.
It's
So
been
broke.
an honor being on this journey and seeing where you come from and where you are now, and knowing that that's really who you are is about inspiring other people, including myself, to achieve that and to know anything is possible. So, perfect. Here we go, Risha.
Thank you, Layla. And for sure, my life is so greatly changed in the last 18 months. I still can't believe it. I pinch myself and I go, is this really true? But you know what? Life changes and does magic for people in short order. All you have to do is ask for it, right? So
Yep.
I'm going to minimize right now so we can get on with the slides. Can you see my slides okay, Layla?
Yep. Perfect.
Good, good, good. Okay, let's go. We're going to share with you tonight Partner Co. I'm in love with this company. I've been in the industry for 25 years and never in my life have I ever met such dynamic owners, such caring, loving executive team, such amazing products that really are game changers and change people's lives, and a compensation plan that fuels us and changes our financial situation. So grateful. Our mission statement with this company is to power health and prosperity around the world. And that is so true as Darren and John, our owners, travel around the world along with our executive team. And one after the other, we see people growing up the ranks in our very own Canada, in our very own United States, in China. We're just opening up India, and we've already got people that have ranked up in India, and it's not even open yet. This is truly an amazing company. Just a little about me. I started, well, 18 months ago, but we moved into our beautiful dream home 2 years ago, 2 years and 1 month. And, as we talked earlier, my goodness, if we're living the dream, right? But we never factored in how many thousands and thousands of dollars it was going to be to get our house in shape for the upcoming season. The home was left unattended for about 5 months. And when you do that in the tropics, you don't have air conditioning going, you don't have a pool pump working. It just makes for a really nasty ending. I got really depressed. I found out our lawyer had stole $23,000 in closing costs. The very next day, I broke out in shingles. Stress and anxiety is a nasty, nasty thing. No matter how many times I walked that beautiful beach, swam the ocean, I got really fat and depressed. I was in a bad state. Mike said, you got to call Dr. Tom. After 2 days of research, Dr. comes back and he says, Ricia, you got a serious case of FFB. Mike says, Tom, what could that be possibly? He says, your wife is fat, frumpy, and broke, Mike. And you know what? I don't know. I pray a lot, and I believe that God answered my prayers, because along came this phone call on that magic day, April 17th, from my friends, Chris and Joni Budd from Costa Rica, fellow Canadians, that said, Ricia, you just got to know about Partner Co. You just got to know about these drops. So my first reaction was not how it could change me financially, but how it could help me get out of that rut that my body was in. And I said, I don't have any money to do this. I don't even have enough money to buy drops for myself. But there was a voice that said, just do what it takes, just find the money. And to this day, guys, I don't even remember where I found the money, but I did find enough to buy 2 boxes. Joni encouraged me to post on Facebook, and I thought, well, I paid my Wi-Fi bill that month, so I got nothing to lose. My first post was of Kim Gray, who lost 116 pounds. We all know Kim. She's a lovely lady. Muscular dystrophy, was heading for a lifetime in a wheelchair, and no longer after having great success with this product. And as second post that afternoon, and then along came the courier to my door. I posted this. Yay, my skinny drops just arrived, holding a picture of the drops. 59 comments. Out of that one post, 20 new brand partners, or 20 new customers, 6 new brand partners joined me in the business that day. And I will add this, that the majority of those new customers did join me as team as well as brand partners. I've never seen anything like this, where people come out of the woodwork and say to me, I want what you've got. My life has changed so financially greatly from this company. I'm going to fast forward. I've accomplished so many goals. In 1-year goals were all accomplished in 7 months. A 2-year
She's
goal
made
was accomplished in
$170,000.
7 months. Can you move the lines, please, Leila? Thank you. And then we got an email from the company that I qualified for Punta Cana. And I went, wow. Because when they announced the trip, I only had a few smidgen of points. So my lifestyle credit bank had just multiplied. This trip was unbelievable. They paid for everything. It was a trip of a lifetime, even ziplining, where my heart was in my throat the whole time. There was 178 of us in Punta Cana, of which half were there brand new with the company for the only 6 or 7 months in. And I went, wow, there's something here to be deserved to look at. Now let's look at my health. I was a size 18. That was taken at Kingfisher Resort on Vancouver Island on the left, just before I left Canada. And there I was wearing the exact same dress on the same day that Wendy Follow sent me that picture. And I wondered, who is that fat girl and how'd she get in my computer? I actually look like a transvestite dressed up on the left there. I look like a big guy. And there I was at my going away party in Souk. Can't believe that I got that big. And it just, I don't know how it happens, right? It just slides by. 5 pounds a year, 7 pounds a year. Before you know it, you're size 18. So all in all, I was just at the volcanoes. That's about an hour and a half away from me. So when you come to Manzanillo, be sure, let's go on a trip to see the volcanoes. So this is what's happened for me in 19 months. 10 dress sizes down. I've lost 34 pounds. No more aches. I used to have plantar fasciitis so bad I could hardly walk. Aches in my fingers and toes. Those are gone. No more anxiety. I'm filled with joy. I have loads of great energy. I'm 67. I feel like I'm 35. I sleep like a baby. I have tons of new friends in this amazing company. I've taken 6 amazing vacations, including one thanks to Partner Co. And I have multiple savings accounts. And again, I didn't have $60 to put in the truck to take Layla around Manzanillo all those months ago before I came into this business. So my life has so greatly changed. I owe it to these guys, Zarin Zobrist, John Wadsworth. They are the owners of our company. They collectively came together. John is a seasoned, well-established network marketer, having built a legacy in one of the companies. Darren Zobrist, his friend, was a legacy on Wall Street. And together they came, bought 14 companies that were in trouble, and kept the stellar of the products, bought the entire global infrastructure, 52 countries, the customer base, and many of the representatives that were with these different companies flew into Puerto Rico to meet these guys. They're convinced these are the guys I want to hitch my wagon to. So we became Partner Co. And we are simply better together. I've never been with a company where the culture comes together. No matter which team you're on, we're all coming together to strive towards abundance and prosperity and good health for everybody. I love this company. I just love it. I've never in 25 years experienced anything like this. Do you know 90 years ago, there were situations and problems and illnesses that our grandparents never saw? But 90% of the foods didn't exist 90 years ago, and 90% of the illnesses that we have today didn't exist 90 years ago either. There's systematic poisoning in the foods we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, what we put in our skin. There's an incredible amount of sugar in all the food products, and the fact that most of what we eat is not even food anymore, but food-like products. It has become a mess. Society has become obese. And this all contributes to hormonal imbalance. We need our hormones to function to keep us healthy. When I was before the drops, I looked at these mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, especially going towards the chocolates and the carbs, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, afternoon fatigue, weight gain. I had 9 of these and I contributed it to getting old. So I want to reach out and ask you listening tonight, before the drops, if you're droppers on the call or if you're guests, it doesn't matter. If you have 1 to 3 of these, put 3 in the chat. If you have 4 to 7, put 7 in the chat. If you have 8 to 10, put 10 in the chat. So I'll give you a moment to do that now. As I say, I had 9 of these, and I just said, I'm getting old. It must be why. Well, guess what? We have over 100 products that put you back into balance, offer you healthy weight loss, increased energy, reduced inflammation, better sleep, gut health. And all of these are backed by some serious science by these experts here. All of them PhDs, PhD in biomedical science, preventative medicines, nutritionists, PhD in pharmacology and toxicology. We have some serious, very intelligent people working with us, and together they published 215 clinical studies. There's over 1,040 annual quality tests to promise you that the quality we promise is the exact quality that is delivered in the product that you purchase. All of these guys, we have an athletic council, a wellness council filled with doctors, health professionals. Dr. Ray Strand is internationally well known for the many books on wellness he has written. So when you have a team of experts coming together to endorse our products and work with our products, introduce new products for you, I know that I'm in the right place. And you could have that confidence that science is backing all of our products. What got me excited, because I live in Manzanillo, is the fact that I can do business in 50 countries. What about you? You go to sleep at night, you did a couple of posts on Facebook following our very simple system of growth, and somebody responds out of Australia and asks, can I get the drops in Australia? Absolutely. You send them a smart link. The Asian Pacific office fulfills the order. The customer gets their product, and the following Friday, you get paid. It is that simple. I love it. Let's go on back here. My slides are jumpy. I do want to share that we don't profess to cure or heal any medical condition. We simply focus on wellness, and the results are completely individual. Financial results depend on your individual efforts, skill set, and willingness to learn, motivation, and earn. I'm going to share with you now some of my favorites. I see Marlene just came on board. Marlene has years of experience with this one particular product. It's called Skincerity. It is the world's only breathable roll-on skincare mask created by a team of dermatologists in 2005, specifically for problem skin. Marlene has her legs that she sent to us. Thank you, Marlene, for offering that picture. After weeks of rolling on, after suffering from years of eczema issues, she was able to manage her situation, adult eczema, stretch marks, signs of aging, rosacea, surgery scars. It is absolutely amazing. And Marlene actually told me, put it on a blister because I have a blister on my heel right now. Guess what, Marlene? It works. My blister's just about gone. Love this product. You need one in your medicine cabinet, one in your beauty cabinet. Shortly into Partner Co., I had heard a seminar from Dr. Brett West. He is the world's leading noni expert. This is the most super efficacious food in the world. What I learned from him was so much, and I wish I could repeat it all to you because it was just a mind blower of what this noni fruit will do for you. It's going to promote overall health and wellness. It supports your healthy immune system. You're going to have increased energy and endurance. Imagine joint health and mobility so that you're able to up and down the stairs, in and out of the truck, on and off the airplane, a healthy cardiovascular system. This is my agent, my army of soldiers to protect me, especially as we go into the season of flus and colds. I love my noni. Nutrify is a complete line of supplements. We have everything available for you. I won't go into each one, but I believe, I really do, because I consume every one of these, that you feel the difference. And I ask my guests on my calls, what are your favorite products? And often they're going to say Magnacol D, or the probiotics help me go to the bathroom on a regular basis, or the Vinali helps me though so I can control my allergies. There's so many testimonials direct to the supplements that we have that people feel it. The second product that I bought was MOA. I was saying to a fellow recently who's with the company that I was hurting a lot from achies and owies in my fingers and toes and plantar fasciitis. He said, Ricia, you have to get the MOA. This MOA is it's a sachet drink. It contains 36 superfoods, liquid nutrition. These nutrients and ingredients come from Destinations Tropical. We're going to hear from one of our guests, Tim Andres, tonight, who's going to tell us how he experienced the MOA and what a remarkable change for him it has. I wouldn't miss a day without the MOA. And for those brand partners on the call, I mix my MOA with my Noni Max in the morning, and it tastes amazing. It's a super kick drink to quick start your day. This girl had a problem with ankle surgery. Within just a few days of consuming the MOA, she was able to go back to healthy feet. Advantage is another amazing product. If you love Advantage, I want you to put I love Advantage in the chat. This one here is going to look after those love handles. It's going to increase metabolism, burn calories 10 times more leaner, faster. It reduces that stubborn visceral fat, which is really important. Doctors are starting to call that the killer fat, right? The Slenderies line is my favorite. I love, well, I can't say it's my favorite. I've been saying that on every slide, haven't I? I just love them all. Pure Nourish is my breakfast. That is what I mix, 18 grams of pure protein. It's pea protein, vegetable protein, not soy or whey. Very good for you. It's loaded with probiotic, prebiotic, loaded with minerals and vitamins. If all the food disappeared tomorrow in your town or city and you had clean water, you make a shake with Pure Nourish and you're going to be well nutrified. I happen to love chocolate, so I add in the Power Boost. In Mexico, it's called cocoa. I also add the Giving Greens, which is all the efficacious greens, the kale, the parsley, and so on. This is a great line, and that's a meal replacement that completely will cover you. I usually have my breakfast about 8 in the morning, and I'm still well fed by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Renew, well, again, I'm going to say this, it's my favorite. Renew is what I call the fountain of youth in a box. It helps combat the natural aging process to promote youth and vitality. It's a sachet you put in a glass of water. Most of us like to drink it just before bedtime. And it actually teaches the body to create its own HGH, human growth hormone. What it does, improve body composition. My sister and I were on a FaceTime and she goes, look at your arms. Are you bodybuilding? And I said, no, Loury, those are our products. And I'm convinced that the many products I take, but especially Renew, will add to your body composition, lean body mass, improved bone mineral density, lower your bad cholesterol, and deep REM sleep. How about that? And many people say that it seriously improves the libido as well, too. I love the deep REM sleep part. Max 2O is a brand new product that we just introduced at our last convention. It actually is an electrolyte to replace the electrolytes. We need to drink water to have any kind of proper program, but especially in weight loss, you need to flush out the toxins and keep your body hydrated. Well, Max 2O has the ingredients necessary to keep those electrolytes kept in balance, and it tastes great and encourages you to drink more. Everglow is another product that was recently introduced, and we're starting to see the testimonies come in it now. It is marine collagen with no shellfish, and it helps reduce and combat signs of aging and UV damage. And this is how amazing our scientists are. This is made from fish, and yet it tastes like fresh peaches off the tree, as my friend Cheryl would say. It's amazing. It's great for your skin, hair, and nails. And also, we just had a testimonial about a lady that could hardly walk. And after the Everglow, she was in Puerto Rico climbing up a hill with the group. Sadly, Mexico, Canada, and the US have the highest numbers in overweight and obesity in the entire population in the world. That is sad. It's really sad. I think maybe because we're into fast food all too much, we're sedentary, we don't do enough exercise. Sometimes it's too cold to go out and do stuff. A lot of carbohydrates, a lot of sugar in our foods. It's all of the above. We need something to help us. We need a tool. This is it. Slendery's Day and Night Drops. It is our Day and Night Drops formula in Canada. We have a very similar formula in Mexico, and the US has its own formula, just basically because of different bureaucracies and government restrictions. But all of them, even though they have different lineup of ingredients, they all bring in the same results. I love this product. I've been on it for a year and a half, and I wouldn't go without it. I've maintained my weight, but it helps me stay away from sugar and those foods that aren't so good for me to eat. So I stay eating clean. You're going to drop twice the weight as diet alone, clinically proven, safe and effective, stimulant and hormone free. And these drops can help you balance your hormones, rapid, healthy weight loss, control your appetite. How about stop sugar cravings? Yay. Help with migraines, better sleep, improve libido, more energy, improve digestion, control mood swings, lift that brain fog and have some clarity in your memory, improve immune system, reduce inflammation, and so much more. I celebrate today. This is my 589th day without sugar. Wow, that's amazing, right? I mean, an alcoholic could say that and everyone would clap. So I hope you're all clapping for me because this is pretty cool. Because anytime before you come to my house and there's 4 choices of pie and 6 choices of ice cream. But I want to share with you this day. We went on a holiday in Guerrero, the state just above below Mexico City. And we actually went to a park. It's called 1,000 Waterfalls. Our guide, you can see him holding hands there. He actually had us climb up the river. And we, as you can see, it's rushing rain. You know, it was a rainy season. There was a lot of water in the river. We climbed up 14 waterfalls to get to the mother of the falls. There's no way size 18 Ricia would have even considered to do this. And yet here I am, 67 years old, climbing waterfalls. I felt on top of the world. I had so much adrenaline that day. Our products give us our life back. We're aging backwards. We're doing silly things like we're kids again. It is just so fantastic to have that joy in life. We've sold over 1 million bottles of these drops over the last 14 years. Let's encourage a clean eating program, approved food list. You'll notice the approved list is a lot bigger than the small avoid do not in the bottom right. Our Parksville team had prepared this fabulous buffet for us when we did a Super Saturday. Everything on this table is on plan. We do not go hungry. We eat very well. It's not a fad. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. Clean eating is a choice of lifestyle. Exercise 15 to 30 minutes a day. Loury and I, she's here right now, a friend and a brand partner, and we're actually on the beach at 7 a.m. seeing the sunrise. Wow, it's just so fabulous. Drink your water and watch your body transform in 28 days. We have so many amazing stories. Madame brand new Senior Vice President Sharon Smith from Port Alberni. Look at the transition in this girl. I'm so proud of her. Not only has her life changed on a health level, but certainly on a financial level. Wow, just so great to see you, Sharon, and congratulations once again. James Leponsi, 47 pounds in 4 months. Yes, guys, you have hormones too. Dr. Crystal lost an entire person. That was 7 years ago, and she still looks great, like the lady on the right. Julie Park was very, very sick. Her husband, doctor at the time, was loading her with all kinds of meds. She was getting sicker. Julie is now very, very happy, very sexy, and very successful with our company, and the drops have helped her so much. Tammy, she's right now in Mazatlan, Mexico, sporting that bikini body. You wouldn't think that Tammy would need to take the drops, the girl on the left, but you can see the difference. She's now an athlete. She's a runner. Wendy from Winnipeg, the transition with her from August to October. Wow, what a happy girl she is. Chris Bailey was suffering from Lyme disease, was having difficulty getting any kind of medical assistance until the drops. Selena's A1C's numbers went way down. Her blood pressure normalized and she lost a lot of weight. Anne and Chad together lost 125 pounds. Chad is off of 12 medications. Jerry Wyndham no longer suffers from acid reflux, no more trembles, and he's down 12 pounds. Sherry Brookbank suffered greatly from fibromyalgia. She got that under control, lost 40 pounds. She feels so much better. Colleen Braden lost, wow, a whole bunch in 8 months. Look at that transition for her. It's not only about weight loss and getting everything else in balance. Gwen had toe fungus for years, and in just a few short months, she was able to get her feet healthy again. Cheryl Newton out of Comox, before and after. Barbara McCubbin. So many happy people. Pat Little. And you notice everyone looks younger. Everyone is just so much healthier. Target Jaswinski. Charlene Kloster, 78 years old, had a bad fall. Her son wanted to take her out of the lakefront home, and she said, no, I got to be on my drops for 2 weeks. And now she's sending me pictures from Aquafit. Ashley went on the drops because she had night sweats and menopause stuff going on. The drops helped her no longer have night sweats and hot flashes. She lost 15 pounds. Her husband, Reese, lost 65. My friend Jane couldn't even clasp her hands when I introduced the drops to her. There she is on the right, looking so much younger, running out to buy a kayak so she can be on couch and lake. Wynne Smith from Abbotsford, another great success story. James Scott is on the call with us tonight, one of the most amazing testimonials. He was not happy. He was very depressed. He is now a joyous person. He's down 70 pounds, no more Parkinson's tremors, and no more leg brace. Congratulations, James. I saw a picture of him recently in Cabo, and he was an old man on a cane. And now this guy's down to the river hiking with his dog every day. Life changed for James as well as Cheryl Cook. Cheryl lost 50 pounds in 4 months, had chronic cough. The cough was gone very soon. Now, again, we don't profess to cure anything, but it's just coincidental that people's bodies get back into balance and they feel a whole lot better. Nancy Hupalo had a serious situation of autoimmune. Her meds, everything just had her body flare up, and she was way overweight. After just a short time on the drops, short, just a few months, she was able to get down to a sexy size there. My husband, Mike, down 30 pounds, no more acid reflux, no more shakes, no more Mr. Grumpy, no more 18 teaspoons in his daily coffee. It's amazing. I just love it. So happy to hear people's testimonials. Now, I want to introduce to you a dear friend, Casey. Casey Coombs is in Victoria. She's brand new on the drops, but she sent me that very unusual picture on the left. And I had to ask her why. So tonight you're going to hear why we're seeing that picture on the left. Casey Coombs, come on forward. Hello, my dear girl. How are you?
Hello. Hi, I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. So how did you get to know about the drops?
Well, Risha, I saw a post
You saw a
and
post.
well, I saw a post, but I was looking for some work at home. And I'd never done anything like this before, but I was also looking for something to help me. I have peripheral neuropathy. And for those of you that don't know what it is, I have extreme pins and needles and numbness in my hands and feet, and extreme hot and cold in my hands and feet, and I'm numb from about the waist down. And I've lost a lot of mobility. And the doctors, there's no cure for peripheral neuropathy. And so and I don't want to take prescriptions. So I was looking for some help with pain. And I didn't want to get into the old opioids and that kind of stuff either. So I started the drops probably at the end of August. And like you, I had no money. I had no money. First of all, I started off, I enrolled, and that was all I could afford. And then about a month, no, about 4 weeks later, I bought my drops because I had some money. And so then I started them at the end of August. So, and I've used my walker inside my apartment, and it might get teary because I'm also menopausal and hormonal and fight depression. I lost my husband back in 2023. He was only 53 or 51, sorry. And it was quite sudden. And we live in an apartment where there's stairs, and I can't navigate the stairs. So I'm housebound. So I need to get moving, and that's what I needed to find in the drops. And so far, the sleep has been so much better. I've lost weight. About 13 pounds I've lost, and the inches, though, that was the first thing I noticed was the inches. And I was shocked because being housebound, I can't do a whole lot of exercise in a 900 square foot apartment. So I have my little cubie that I, put my feet on when I'm sitting just to get moving. So to be able to get outside. And I live alone, so I don't have any help. And so I needed to start taking care of myself. And the doctors couldn't help me. And so that's how I found the drops and how I got involved in Partner Co. In a nutshell. And that picture that you saw with my leg crossed, I was sitting in my front window one day, and I didn't realize I was doing that. And I couldn't do that. 2 years ago, I couldn't do it. And I had no idea I was doing that, and I caught myself. Anyway, yeah. So it's just the little things. Yeah, small steps forward. But I'm
Wow.
feeling my mood. I'm sorry, I'm teary. These are happy tears, but my mood is so much better too. I feel a lot lighter in that sense as well. So I feel like I'm on the right path.
Wow, Casey, what an
Yeah.
amazing testimonial. Thank you so much. And, something simple like all of us to cross our leg was an effort for Casey that she couldn't have done before. That's amazing. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for being on our call. Wow, you
Thank
notice
you for
there's not a
inviting
dry
me.
eye in the house right now, girl.
Sorry, guys. Thank
Wow,
you, Risha.
what an amazing story. Just blows me away. Well, set yourself up for victory. Make a decision. Staying in indecision is a decision, but you know what? It's not that difficult. It's just sign up and say yes, believe you can, and you're halfway there. How do you get the drops? Well, you can buy them retail. We love our retail customers. But you think Casey's not talking to people about what she's experiencing? You think I'm not talking to people, and you think people aren't noticing? Well, why don't you get yourself a lifetime membership for $37.95? Just to confirm, we don't have any Americans. If you're American, please put USA in the chat so I'll know that I'll cover the USA slides. Otherwise, I'll stay focused on Canada. So it's $37.95 plus tax. And the company wants to send you commission checks. So we give you all those resources, everything you need to learn about a business. Where can you buy a business for $38? Where can you buy that, right? It's just crazy. But I want to bring this forward because there's some people on the call that actually had these instances happen to them in the recent last few months. Where would you be? How would you manage if all of a sudden something happened to your principal arm, your principal hand, and you were not able to use it to make your living? How would you manage? If the fires came and you were evacuated, or worst, your house was burnt down? How would you manage if your granddaughter or your daughter or your elder parents needed you for 6 weeks, 3 months? How would you manage if road closures came along and shut down your business or where you worked? And now it's getting scary because AI is taking over. I met a girl on the plane. She's a psychologist, and she was saying people are going to AI for psychology. Oh my God. How would you manage if that layoff slip came? Or if someone you loved or the principal breadwinner in your family left you to Jesus all too soon? Factor in the grieving. How would you manage? Having a plan B is no longer a nicety. It's a necessity. Life is hard. There are so many expenses that keep getting thrown at us. They keep going higher and higher. You need to have that plan B, guys. A famous person, Ricia Adair, with the help of AI, said this: identify what the market needs, take ownership of it, and move faster than anyone else. That is what we have. It's called Partner Co., and it's the drops. All those other great products, the drops open the door, and then people just start taking the other products and fall in love with every single one of them. So let's start now talking about the business end. How do you turn your drops into profits? First of all, as a brand partner, you get to enjoy 30% off for your own pricing, or likewise, you can offer it to friends and family and make 30% margins. In Canada, a 4-pack is $500. You can sell 3 boxes through our simple system of growth by posting on Facebook. You're going to make yourself over $200 in profit and get your drops for free. And you know, just by a simple post, you can have an international market waiting for you. We have a system. It's plug and play, copy and paste. Here's an example of Rick and Crystal. I posted this picture. Together, they lost 210 pounds. Do you think that didn't get some attention, right? So ideal goal is to promote 30 boxes over 30 days. You'll get to that top pay position, ultimate, and your profits are looking like over $2,000. For any of you that got to ultimate in your first 4 weeks, will you please put that in the chat? I would like the guests to see how many people actually achieved ultimate so quickly. So first thing, you're going to want to activate your position with 200 points so you're eligible to receive commissions. Let's remind you, a 4-pack is 208 points that automatically makes you eligible to start earning commissions. And people will ask, I promise you they will. I encourage you to throw in a Renew into your shopping cart along with your 4-pack. They just marry up so well together, lowering cortisol levels, helping you sleep better, and the weight just seems to melt off. And you'll feel a lot better. We have several packs available for several different budgets. All of them are qualifier packs, so you're able to qualify your position. The person who invited you can certainly bring this up on the screen and explain it a little bit more. One of the best packs I'm going to suggest is the Ultimate Pack. If it works in your budget, get those 3 times 10 packs. You're looking at profits on that transaction of $21.43 just by going into our system of growth, following the post as we teach it. It's very simple. There's so many thousands of us that have had amazing experience. Your drops are free and you get to that top pay ultimate position. Partner Co was named #1, the most lucrative compensation plan. And I believe it because I've experienced it in the last 19 months. I've seen many, many people in my team rank up. We have many people on this call that have ranked up. We are paid in several different ways. You're going to want to stay qualified for commissions. So every 4 weeks, sell or buy 100 points of product. That's roughly about 150 US, 175 Canadian. Again, you're going to get those retail profits. Mary's going to come along and say, I don't want to buy retail. I want to be a brand partner. She signs up with her $37.95 and she buys what we call an elite pack. If you are an activated brand partner with a 4-pack, you would have earned 15%, 15% on the 1,000 points. That's $150. But if you are the ultimate, you get paid double that on the very same transaction. That's why we encourage everybody, let's help you get to ultimate in your first 4 weeks. There's so many other valuable benefits to getting to ultimate, unlocking gold status. Again, The 3-pack, 3 times 10 pack is your best option. You also get paid base commissions, and this is where you get paid on the activity of your team, because Mary will go out and talk to others. You've also mentioned it to Henry. Henry's going out talking to others. Listen to Casey's story, how her life has changed. That's what we have. We have something so powerful, so strong, that we can reach out and change people's lives. The base commission will earn 15% commission on all your lines combined, except for the largest one. We get paid every Friday, and on any individual Friday, when your base commission is over $250, they put another 15% aside for you in a savings bonus. The wheel in your back office shows that add up, and as it reaches 10,000, you're going to get that deposit. If you're Canadian, it rings in close to $14,000. And if you're American, of course, 10,000 US. Last year at our convention, there was 10 families that enjoyed the $10,000. And this year there was 28 families. There I am, center stage, enjoying mine. And I want to announce that come January 14th, I am on my way to Paris for a 6-day stop before I go to Africa on a safari in Tanzania and Zimbabwe. So this is what we do. We change people's lives, and we enjoy great fun all along the way. There's also the power of matching bonuses. I have seen these particular bonus checks go higher than a person's mortgage payment in a week. It's amazing. We are paid so well. We get lifestyle rewards just for building the business, new customers, new brand partners. Your monthly subscription gives you lifestyle credits that pays for these amazing trips. And there's one coming up very soon, going to Maui. So many of us can be qualified for that trip departing April 29th. If you want to go to Maui, I want you to put in the chat, me, Maui. This is going to be so fun. I want to bring up now very special friends of mine. I just love them to bits. I've known Donna and Tim for a long, long time. They are the busiest people I have ever met. They own a very successful franchise auto windshield repair business. They are very busy, involved with their chamber and different service clubs in their town. Very involved with their family. They've got kids, they've got grandkids, they've got a super massive garden. They love to travel, and they are just rocking it with Partner Co. I want to bring up Donna and Tim Andres from Parksville. Donna, I'm so happy to see you, and welcome back from all that world traveling that you've been doing.
Yes, we have been. Thank you.
Yeah, you two look great. Look at you. Imagine this is what a tan will do to people, eh? So,
Yes.
Donna, how did you find out about the drops?
Well, it started because of a post, and that post was from Ricia Adair. And because I knew Ricia Adair, I looked at that post and really thought about it because at that time I was in my, 60 something. And most of my life I have been quite healthy and never had to worry about my weight, but the weight was coming on. And so after I saw this post, I really thought, And in my last few years, I've had 4 anaphylaxis. And so I've always been quite leery in taking any kind of prescription, especially a painkiller like aspirin, ibuprofen, that kind of Advil. I can't take any of that. I'll end up in emerge. And so I'm looking at this. I've really looked at natural products of how I can then get healthier and especially if I ever was in a situation where I had pain, what was I going to do? And so I said, I'm just going to do it. And so June 9th, that was the day before our anniversary. Our anniversary is June 10th. I contacted Ricia, and she got me these drops almost immediately. And the first day I took them, I noticed my appetite was already suppressed, and the sugar cravings. So and that's what I was looking for, because we do run a very fast-paced business, and if you're not watching what you eat, you'll just kind of grab anything, and that's probably what got me in the trouble in the first place. So I knew right away then I love the drops, and so I told Ricia, I've had a retail business, so I know a little bit about. I said at first I said I wasn't doing the business. I said I don't need the business, but then I thought there's too many of my friends that need to know about this, because I'm sure they're in the same boat as I am. We're all in our 60s, and they need to know about this product. And when again, because I've been in the retail business, and when I know about a good product, I bought it and then sold it, and I'm very happy that I can make a customer happy. So I thought I'm going to sell them then, and so I did buy and sold boxes and boxes of drops. And Ricia had asked if we got how fast we got to ultimate. I got to ultimate, and then I got to officer like almost right away. So then I'm looking at the people who are on tonight, and I'm just so happy to see them. And my goal I looked and I says, well, if I can help somebody, and if I can help somebody get to their goal, that just makes my day. And so I see James, I see Nancy, I see Cheryl, Sharon Smith. These are people that are on my team, and I'm just thrilled that I can, Dave Andres and Loury Andres, that I can help them in any way. But I wanted to say that another thing, I mean, I've always had lots of energy. My kids always laugh at me because, and my husband, but then I had a lot more energy. And so that was the drops. I can't speak enough about them, and that's why I do share them with friends. But I started taking other products, and like, of course, you're trying to figure out, well, what do you need? And you're figuring out this whole business. My whole thing is that if I'm going to sell something, I want to know more about them. So it wasn't long that I was invited by Ricia to go to Florida and meet the owners of the company and meet the scientists, meet the doctors. I wanted to know all of that, because if I'm going to sell something, I want to know everything about how safe are these, because I've had anaphylaxis. I don't want anything in this product that somebody could have a reaction to. And so the people behind the company are fantastic. I met them. I mean, everybody was just so personable. It was wonderful that first trip, and I still have friends from that trip, Ricia, Terry, and Wanda. That was a great time then. And yes, we have traveled extensively in the last year, and I was very happy. I had my 2 little bottles with me wherever I went, and I didn't gain any weight. So I was happy about that. But I have start trying many more products. Tim can talk about Sincerity, because he'll talk about that, and MOA. But I started taking Rejuvenix. Rejuvenix is better than coffee. I take that in the morning, and I take Noni, and I take the Optimals. Tim and I both take the Optimals. And you know what's interesting is we just came back from Montreal on a conference, and a lot of people just say how young we look, how good we look, and I know it's because of the product, right? So I mean, I really can't speak more highly about the product, because I just know that there's a very good, high quality product, and I'm happy to share it with whoever wants to listen. So now I'm going to have my husband tell you about MOA and his experience with MOA.
Hi, Tim. Thank you,
Hi.
Donna.
Good evening. Well, I started out on the drops, and I lost 15 pounds right away.
Congratulations.
My big problem, though, was that over the years I had lost my flexibility, and I was sore, and I was limping on my right hip. and the product Moa was what Donna started me taking. And within a week, I noticed I wasn't limping. And then I also noticed that I was putting on my socks without even thinking about it, because that was a big chore, and clipping my toenails too. That was, when you're young, you don't think this is any big deal, but it was a big deal for me. And now I do those things without even thinking about it. Shortly after I was taking Moa and I was feeling good, I went on a trip with a grandson to Manitoba in the wintertime. And we stopped at a relative's place, and the guy is Corey, and he's a carpenter, and he would work outside in Manitoba for years and years, and he was sore all the time. And I gave him some Moa because I had extra with me. And he took that Moa that evening, and then the next day we were going skiing. And people might say, where do you ski in Manitoba? There is places to ski in Manitoba, even though it's a prairie province. And so I said, here, take another one in the morning. And we got back from skiing, and he took one. And the following morning, he got up and he walks. I was already in the kitchen and having coffee. And he walks out into the kitchen. Boy, he says, I don't even feel anything. He said, we went skiing and I would generally be sore. And I said, you know what you just took? And so he's on Moa now, taking that product. I would take it all the time. I'll just continue.
He said every man should take it.
Well, yeah, I think that every man, when they get, maybe people maintain their flexibility and aren't sore, but generally, if you talk to people, they are sore when they get to be well into their 60s, approaching 70.
Oh, and Wayne.
And I saw Wayne and Nancy on here. Wayne has a good testimonial too about the Moa. So that for me is the product. I also take the vitamins and dietary supplements, probiotics. Donna makes a shake in the morning with some of this stuff that Ricia says. I don't follow it. Donna looks after me.
But that's what we do, right? That's what we do.
But I am feeling great. This year, I don't know if it's attributable to that, but I generally long for the sun. And we did go to the sun. We were in Puerto Vallarta, but I was not longing for it like I generally. I suffer from SAD, seasonal affective disorder. And I was not suffering. I don't know if that can be attributed to it, but I was not longing so much to go. Not that I didn't enjoy going, but
Wow.
I didn't have that sort of deep despair feeling that I would generally get when the days get shorter and darker. Yeah.
Isn't that
I like
something? Actually, Donna and I talked about that in the beginning, and I said to her, I wonder if this could help Tim with his heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm so
So we're
glad to
going-
hear that. Wow. And now
Yeah.
you're jumping around like a youngster.
Well, and when we were in Puerto Vallarta, we rode bike
We did.
14 miles every day.
Good for you.
Yeah. So we're kind of in good shape, I think.
Wonderful. What amazing testimonials. And that's what it's all about, right? Is to be able to get yourself well and help others get well too.
Well, for me, that's the main thing. I'm very happy to see, and I just sold a 10-pack to my sister and her husband, and just to see that when someone says to me it's working, that it does give you. I feel good about it. I feel really good about that.
Yeah.
I
So
feel-
he's just started on Moa. So we're looking forward to see what his report will be.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
'Cause
Well,
he's
I
been
wouldn't
very
go
sore. He
without my
can't-
Moa.
Yeah.
No.
He's very
Okay,
sore.
so
He can't move around.
this is how serious I am about Moa. I'm so attached to my shoe collection. But if I'm going traveling, I'll take out 3 pairs of shoes just so I can put my case of Moa in there.
No, it's the truth. We are, because we take enough for a month, and so that's and so he needs a box and I need a box. So I will give up pounds, no problem, for Moa.
Yeah, for sure. Tim and Donna, thank you so very much. It was such a pleasure to have you as my guest speakers tonight. What a great story.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, and look at the difference between these two guys, eh? People are getting younger and they're getting to do silly stuff. Well, and let's summarize everything up. We're offering over 100 products in 7 multi-billion-dollar industries. We've sold over 1 million bottles of the Noe, over 172 bottles, 1 million bottles of the drops, 172 million bottles of the Noni. We're in 52 countries, about to open up India. We're #1 compensation plan in the entire industry, and we're winning award after award after award. So let's wrap up with a decision, shall we? Are you a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4? A 1 is the person that wants the drops and you're prepared to pay top dollar and buy retail. That's great. We love our retail customers. But the 2 is the person, I noticed somebody here from north of Winnipeg. Well, I'm a Winnipegger and nobody in Winnipeg buys retail. So you're definitely going to want to at least have your brand partner membership so you can get wholesale pricing, right? But what about those ones that want to share this with others and have that plan be anchored? This is the person that wants to get on the health and wealth train and ride. Do we have any 3s with us in the house? And this is the #4. This is where I decided, let's ride this health and wealth train, ride it big all the way to destination prosperity. If you're a 4, please put 4 in the chat. You've heard Tim and Donna's story. They've been with us just over a year now. You've heard my story and you've heard Casey's testimonial. What will your story be 1 year from now when I interview you? Will you be telling me how much better you feel, how young you feel, how many pounds you've lost, and how great that trip to Maui was? Is that the kind of story that we're going to have from your testimonial? I sure hope so. An ancient African proverb is this: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Darren Zobrist sweetened it up. If you want to go fast and far, go with Partner Co. I love these guys. I just love them. Live the dream. It's such a great community. We have a lot of fun, a lot of friends, financial stability, and enrolling is easy. It takes as little as 5 minutes. Our next call is going to be Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We've got some amazing guests. I want to say thank you so very much to Donna and Tim Andres from Parksville, Casey Coombs out of Victoria. Thank you all to the brand partners who have supported tonight's call. Thank you to the guests, because this call is all about you. Thank you to Layla, my beautiful co-host. And guest, in summary, what have you got to lose? There's 100% money back guarantee from the company on these products. There's so many testimonials. Just try it. Get your body back in balance and watch the magic that God intended for your body to be in. It's amazing what you're going to see happen. Thank you, everybody. We're going to stop the recording on the call. And thank you again for everyone participating tonight.